What's going on, guys? It's Maverick here, and I'm bringing you the latest in the Division 2 news. All right, so big news. Huge news if you think about it, considering this hasn't happened since Division 1. We are getting a new game mode. It has been quoted being called Skyscraper mode, and it is very similar to the Division 1's Underground. Okay, the devs want to be very clear, though, that this is not a copy and paste version of that setup. Although, looking back at a lot of things from the Division 1 coming into the Division 2, a lot of things have been copy and paste. A lot of things that they were very successful with in Division 1, they have not brought over, but a lot of things that they were unsuccessful with in the Division 1 have been brought over and have been very successful in Division 2. That being said, let's look into this. Okay, so what we know right now is that basically skyscrapers, these huge buildings in New York, are going to open up, and we're going basically a reverse version of Diablo 1's big dungeon. Basically one big huge dungeon that instead of going down, you go up. All right. As you go up, you have different levels, and the different levels will be procedurally generated. All right, so you will never ever have the exact same experience twice, good or bad. As you go up, the difficulty ramps up. All right, they have an unspecified amount of levels. It's a skyscraper, so it could be 40 levels. It could be 120 levels. We'll have to see. That being said, every 10th level, there will be a safe floor that serves as a checkpoint for you to take a break, explore other content, and then basically you can return when you wish. So I'm really interested to see how that works. So far, I mean, this just simply sounds amazing. This is the best step forward we've had in quite a while. That being said, I want to choose this time to move into PTS 10 and what we know so far. All right, guys, moving into basically the PTS. All right, so for those of y'all that don't know, there has been launched a PTS for Title Update 10. That is a public test server. All right, so they, for whatever reason, have just reinstituted the PTS from the prior Warlords of New York. Why we didn't have a PTS for Warlords of New York, I don't know. I don't know if they were keeping that under their hat 100% and they wanted to be a big surprise. I feel like we could have fixed a lot of problems prior to those problems ruining a lot of the games for us. That being said, let's jump into this. The PTS right now is focusing on a couple of things. All right, we want to see weapon balance, gear set balance, PvP weapon damage, and time to kill, because PvP weapon damage and time to kill have been quoted by some as being just atrocious. All right, moving right along, we're looking at difficulty, player power, and of course, loot and rewards. What exactly are they doing? Well, with the little bit of experience that I have with the PTS so far, is that they really are focusing on giving players back a lot of the power that they took with. They didn't necessarily nerf us, they just took things away. Elite damage multipliers, extra skills, that kind of thing. The loot system has been pretty well broken since Division 1. They know this, and I really think they are moving forward with this. I am extremely happy so far with the PTS. I have a few misgivings, though. All right, so there are buffs across the board with almost all the weapons. A few of them are getting nerfs, and by now you already know which ones are going to get nerfed. That being said, there are a few things that are coming into the PTS that I had to take a step back, and I had to look at it like, wait a minute, how in the crap did this make it into the PTS in the first place? There are things just absolutely broken. Like, even working it out on paper, looking at the math behind some of this stuff, it is 100% broken. I won't be very specific, just because if I go into deep detail, we will be here all day. That being said, let's move on. All right, you've got a couple of the new gear sets are absolutely broken. A couple of weapon systems absolutely broken. Basically, I'm gonna leave the patch notes in the comments. You can check them out for yourself. Basically, like I said, I don't know what exactly is happening, how they're able to make it into the PTS with some of these problems. Like, yes, public test server is that it's made so that we test it and we give them feedback on things and they quote unquote catch it. I don't understand though, like when you start programming these things, I don't know if they're just throwing them into the PTS and they're just like, okay, boom, they'll figure it out for us. Because basically that's what the last 3 months have been for Warlords of New York. It has been nothing but us complaining about one thing after another and then them slowly fixing it. So we are on the right track for fixing things. All right. I anticipate the Division probably will be absolutely amazing game within the next 30 days. PTS 10 wants to change almost everything, and almost all of it, I mean, I haven't seen anything that hasn't been good so far. Basically, they want to increase loot drops. They're going to up damage of almost every weapon system. They're going to increase the buffs that a lot of the gear sets give us, the brand sets give us. They want us to feel powerful again, and I'm not sure how they come upon taking away the power originally. Like, I get that we were in a system that wasn't really working, but it wasn't really working for what they had provided us with. Now they have provided us with a different type of sandbox without the tools to complete the sandbox. All right, that being said, we are moving right along. There's going to be complete changes to some of the gear sets, and I'm going to make a video on probably either each one individually, like the gear sets themselves and then the brand sets themselves, what's going to be changing with each individual system. The biggest thing is that you need to know right now is that they are actively looking at this, and they are doing their best to fix everything before it comes out. And I believe this paired up with the new game mode is just going to be phenomenal. Like, I cannot sing the developers' praises enough. I know I harp on them when times are bad, but by God, if I'm going to talk bad about them when times are bad, I'm going to sing their praises when times are good. When they do good, you give them the thumbs up, you give them the +1, you give them whatever, give them the extra life. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave a link to all this below. Just check it out for yourself. And like I said, there'll be more videos to come on this once I have enough time to process everything. This is just a tremendous amount of information to have to go through and plan out. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, you've been listening to the Maverick.